Welcome back to News 3 Today. June is National Reunification Month, a time to celebrate the power of bringing families back together after going through some tough times and its positive impact on the lives of children in the foster care system and their parents. The actions of a single person, a CASA volunteer, can mean everything to a child in foster care. Right now, Chatham County is in desperate need to fill these positions so that every child in foster care has someone advocating for them. Latoya Boswell is the administrative assistant for Brightside Child and Family Services. She's joined with Kate Blair. You've seen Kate many, many times, the executive director of Brightside. Thank you so much for being here today. So we want to talk about children in foster care here in our area, and right now there are about 400 children who are in foster care in Chatham County, and the best way that we can stand beside these children is by providing a CASA for each one.
That's right. That's right. And we are constantly recruiting CASA volunteers, people just like Latoya, who has joined our team as our administrative assistant, but first and foremost is a CASA volunteer who's given up her time and energy to support a young person.
Now, for those people who might not be familiar with what a CASA is, Latoya, tell us what you do and why you got involved in the first place.
Oh yes, so I'm a CASA volunteer. I got involved because I myself actually adopted a kid in care, and I realized the need for advocating for children in care because they don't usually, not always have a voice.
And we often hear stories about, depressing stories about the foster care system, but there are some good things about being a CASA. Tell us some of the benefits of being a CASA.
Yes, so we get to advocate for them, most importantly. So just creating that space for the child in foster care to be able to vent and tell you a little bit about their story, and then you can advocate and share that information to the courts and just be that mentor for that kid in care.
Now, Kate, CASAs are trained, highly trained individuals, just not anybody off the streets, but you train these people to work with these children, but you're in dire need right now. Right now you have about 10 children who do not have CASAs.
Right, yeah, I mean, we are always looking for CASA volunteers, but we've seen an increase in children coming to care just towards the end of the school year. And unfortunately, since COVID, we've had less people stepping up to volunteer, and that's across in all organizations, but we're really feeling it. And we have prided ourselves in the last 5 years that every child that enters foster care in Chatham County has a CASA, and we don't want that streak to end. So we need passionate individuals. You don't need to have any knowledge of the system. We will train you, we will support you. You just need a passion for the work. It's not the easiest volunteer opportunity, but it is by far the most rewarding.
And so one of the things that you're doing is something unusual this summer. You're actually having an orientation for CASAs.
Yes, absolutely. So online we'll be doing an orientation coming up, and you can check it out on our website.
Okay, so we're taking a look at some video because this is another important part of the organization. We're talking about Dancing with Savannah Stars, and this is a big fundraiser to help you do the things that you do.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's so much fun, and we just finished that back in May, and we're currently recruiting. So if you want to be a star, reach out to us. We'd love to have you join us. There is nothing more fun. It is one big party, but it is so meaningful, and it ensures that we can recruit and train volunteers just like Latoya to advocate for our young people. So yes.
And speaking of volunteers with CASA, you need volunteers in the community. Just a few weeks ago, WSAV was there helping out the Bright House.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much.
So it was so important. We are so grateful for you. And I mean, they organized our closet. We have a clothing closet for when kids come into care and have nothing. You worked in the yard. Y'all did it all.
We did it all.
Yes, we're always looking. The work is never done.
The work is never done. Kate, Latoya, thank you so much for joining us. We want to put up that full screen information for people who are interested in joining that information session. That will be Monday, July 1st at noon. You can call 912-447-8908, or you can go to our website at wsav.com/become a CASA, and we'll link you to everything that you need to know. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Kim.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with a final look at our Schools Out Summer Food Drive.